Week 5, starting off with Thursday night, Chicago and Washington. Chicago 40-20. Sunday game, International Series, Jacksonville and Buffalo. Jacksonville 25-20. Now I'm surprised by that win.
Let me tell you something. Before you even continue, I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. If Jacksonville had more games than London, they would win the AFC South. But that ain't happening.
Now, why would you say that?
Man, they're unstoppable out there in London. Get them about 6, 7 games out there in London. They'll win the AFC South. Good.
That's true. Because they did win last week, too.
They did. They be on fire out there in London. I don't know what it is about London with them, man. It's a totally different team.
Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. I didn't think about that. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, they will win the AFC South easily. And these 2 games and them playing in London, man, that's going to help increase the chances.
Right. That's absolutely right. Because when you look at it, and I don't even think I have it like I thought I had it. I think Jacksonville is 3-2. Yep.
I want to say 3-2.
They are. They are 3-2. I thought they had the standings in here somewhere, and then I just don't see it. It very well
pull
could
it
be
up
in
real
here.
quick. I can pull it up real quick.
Just looking at the AFC. Here it is. Never mind. I got it.
Mhm.
I got it. So Jacksonville actually got the first place standings of the AFC South over the Colts.
Yeah.
Houston is 2-3, and Tennessee is also 2-3. So next week it's going to be a pretty important week to see who takes over the AFC South, and guess who's playing? The 2 teams that need to make it happen. Colts and Jaguars.
They're in Jacksonville, are they? No,
Yep,
they ain't
they're
winning either.
Jacksonville.
I don't think they're
Yep.
winning.
No, Colts. Since the Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck era, the Colts have not been able to beat Jacksonville the way they used to.
For whatever reason, which I do not understand. I don't understand that. It's like the Colts was they was dominant out there in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At home was a different story, but out there in Jacksonville, they used to dominate. Now it's like they can't even squeeze out a 3-point win.
Right. Right. Yeah.
They getting their ass kicked.
Big time. Big time. It's one of those things. So now you got, they both 3-2. They're going to be on Jacksonville, and there's a good chance that Jacksonville could take a solid, first position in the AFC South going into week 6 as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which speaks Tennessee and the Colts. The Colts 23-16. Anthony Richardson left the game in the first half due to a shoulder injury, I believe. Yeah, the Colts pulled out that win, which was kind of was not expecting that per se. It was one of those things where I was thinking, they may not win this game. I don't really expect them to win at home because they are struggling to win at home when they used to be very good at home.
Yeah.
They're not really good at home. Gardner Minshew threw 154 yards, but didn't even throw a touchdown. And neither did Ryan Tannehill.
The running back scored the touchdowns on that one.
Yeah, Zach Moss scored 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor only had 18 yards rushing. Derrick Henry only had 43.
When you say that the Colts did the right thing with Jonathan Taylor?
Absolutely. It's one of those things where, how can I explain this? It's one of those things where you have to do right. You are potentially about to get to lose the best running back in the league. Okay. And with the way that the offensive scheme is designed to run, it looked like it's supposed to run based off of a, improviser quarterback and a finesse running back, and it's one of those things where your feet are far more important to the playbook than passing the football.
Right.
And when you have two positions in the backfield that could be able to go and run the ball like that,
Mm-hmm.
you could potentially show how dangerous an offense can be when you can run and throw in the pocket.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
you going and run out about to get ready to lose Jonathan Taylor all because your ego got in the way. How did that make you look? So you have to sit down and you have to think about, was it worth it? And now with that 3-year extension, I think it was the right thing to do, regardless of the fact that he only ran 18 yards. It's one of those things where you
Yeah.
have to get back into the swing of things and you have to get used to a new playbook again.
Absolutely. Yep. I agree there. 100%. It's just a lot of people don't think so because he feel like he didn't deserve it. I'm like, well, I think you just haven't been watching a lot of football. So
Right.
I think that's a focal point that you need to actually start looking at now is watching some more football. His first game back, it's like what I said about I should have been saying this about Joe Burrow, but I decided not to. But it's his first game back. He needs some time. But Joe Burrow has been
You
showing
sure didn't
inconsistency
say
too.
that either.
No,
You did not
it's
say
just that
that.
Joe Burrow been showing some inconsistencies, and he finally had one of his best games now.
We'll definitely get to that. I'll talk about that, see what he did. But yeah, Colts and Titans, the Colts won 23-16 down in Indy. New Orleans and New England. New Orleans 34-zip. Um, Derek Carr threw for 2 touchdowns, 183 yards, and Mac Jones threw 2 picks and 110 yards. 34-zip. New Orleans scored a touchdown and then scored 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, a field goal in the third, and then a touchdown and a field goal in the fourth. 34-zip.
Mm.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, AFC North, Pittsburgh 17-10. Houston and Atlanta, Atlanta 21-19. Carolina and Detroit, Detroit 42-24. Where do they stand at right now?
Oh,
Detroit,
Detroit's
Detroit,
4-1.
they are
They're
4 and
4-1.
1, and they are starting out pretty damn strong.
Yeah,
Far more than what I anticipated.
yeah.
They are 1-0 against their division. They are undefeated on the road and 2-1 on the road. I mean, 2-1 at home. Not bad. Not
Well,
bad.
Detroit and Philadelphia got what they needed because Philadelphia's still undefeated.
Right.
Dallas is 4-1.
Right.
Lions shipped off DeAndre Swift for a trade. I can't remember what the details was, and look where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Swift still with an undefeated team. The Detroit Lions are still 4-1. They're in good shape.
They
That
in
was
good
a
shape.
good, even-handed trade right
Yeah,
there.
that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad right there. Miami and I'm sorry, the Giants and the Dolphins. The Dolphins 31-16. Uh, Talking Cincinnati and Arizona. From a Madden perspective, I'll have that in a minute. But Cincinnati and Arizona, Cincinnati 34-20. That was somewhat similar to what I had in
Yeah,
Madden.
that was very similar.
Very similar, but it wasn't by much, but it wasn't
Yeah,
a whole lot of points on my end either.
right.
Philadelphia, excuse me, Philadelphia and the Rams, Philadelphia 23-14. Uh, the Jets and Broncos, Jets 31-21. Shoot. Um, Kansas City and Minnesota.
Kansas
Not
City.
Minnesota, Kansas City 27-20. Dallas and San Francisco 42-10. And then Monday night, Green Bay and Las Vegas, 17-13. Um, Mentioning a couple of those undefeated teams she was talking about.
There's only two left.
There's only two left, and they are Philadelphia and San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are 5-0 to start out the season. Madden, on the behalf of Cincinnati and Arizona, because that is who I am playing in franchise. Joe Burrow in the actual game, today's game, not the video game, he threw for 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Excuse me. And I think Kyler Murray's injured. Look like.
Yeah, I think he's injured.
Um, Joshua Dobbs threw 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. I'm sorry, 2 picks. Arizona is 1-4 to start off the year. In Madden 22, I believe we are. Let me make sure I got this right. 2-3 or 1-4. One of the two.
One or two.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yep. But I believe it's 2-3 or 1-4. Joe Burrow gave us a run for our money then in the game, and he did Sunday as well. I I'm thinking about Detroit. And Detroit also in Madden 24, I think is doing pretty good too. I think they are 4-2, I believe. No. 4-1, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they're doing good too. But this Dallas and San Francisco game.
Let me tell you something about that game. There's one person in particular. No, hold on. There is one person in particular that I'm thinking about.
Can I take a guess?
Oh, you already know who it is. Just spill it.
I really don't, but I will take a guess anyway.
Oh, you know. Go ahead, spill it.
Brock Purdy.
Him too. Yes. Him too.
Okay, so
no, he's one of the two. But Brock Purdy, whew, that dude, he's something else. I don't know what's happening, but he's kicking ass.
Yeah,
Brock but Purdy, that other one,
17 for 24, 252 yards and 4 touchdowns.
No 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
Dangerous.
Yep.
Sleeper. The other one that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Fred Warner.
Don't.
Yes.
I get it.
No, hold on. I get it. He had a forced fumble, a sack, and a pick.
I don't even see that on here.
No, he had one. If they stay healthy all season long, they might just take a trip to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like I said, he always gives me a run for my money, even in the video game.
Giving dudes the blues.
So I'm not surprised that he did that.
Yes, giving dudes the blues.
Dakota Prescott had 3 picks, so he got benched.
Rightfully so.
And Dallas is 3-2. So it's to get beat like that, though, 42-10. San Francisco only allowed 10 points. 10
against one of the highest offenses in the NFL this season.
Exactly.
And San Francisco showed them who the highest offensive scoring this season. Who's that? It sure the hell ain't Dallas. Well, it is technically, but I think it's
I'm looking. It would have to be. Well, what category are you talking about? Highest scoring offense?
Scoring offense, yes. The highest scoring offense. I'm sure fitting to take a look myself. This is insane.
I would like to say Miami.
I know Dallas don't fall too far behind that, though.
That is in yards. Maybe not. Minnesota, 13 touchdowns.
Not that. Actual points per game.
Oh. Had I known that, I could have gave you a better answer than that. But heck on. Points per game would have to go
Miami.
That counts as touchdowns, don't it?
Yeah, Miami. Miami's the highest.
Oh, these are individual players. Yeah, I had it up, but
Yeah, Miami's the highest scoring team so far this season. 181.
yeah, being Tua too. Um, 11 touchdowns, 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
When you look at, when you look at, yeah, 'cause Miami got the highest yards per game, passing yards per game,
Yep.
rushing yards per game, and San Francisco got the
And first
highest
downs.
turnovers. Yeah, and Dallas is not even anywhere. Well, Dallas is uh based on yards allowed
Mm-hmm.
and turnovers as well. Yeah, I would have to say Miami because
It is Miami.
Miami is literally hot.
Yeah. They
They're
got
hot too.
181 points. That's first in the NFL.
Yeah, they 4-1 too. Even though Tua threw 2 picks, he threw for 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. That this 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 gonna be an interesting season.
Yeah, it is.
This is gonna
Like,
be an interesting
especially
season.
when it comes down close to the end of the season, if these
Yeah,
teams are still doing what they need to do to win,
if
this
they
is
still
really going to get interesting.
yeah, if they're still healthy. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Miami, and I'm looking at Kansas City. I'm looking at Philadelphia. I'm looking at Detroit. I'm even looking at Tampa Bay and San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at these teams, the
Oh, yeah.
teams that are number one in their conference that's not close to being 500.
Right.
I'm looking at them right now because they're really, and I mean, even the Jets, even though that they're 2-3, I'm surprised they're even at that point because they could have been 0-4.
Zach Taylor, Zach Wilson. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm thinking about the coach, Cincinnati's. Zach Wilson had to smarten up
Mm-hmm.
because by far, it's like what RG3 said a couple of weeks back. Robert Griffin III. He would rather have Zach Wilson lead that team since Rodgers got injured because of the fact he knows that playbook so well. You wouldn't want nobody like Colin Kaepernick, which he do deserves a shot, but you wouldn't want nobody like him going in, learn the playbook and stuff like that. Even if he's a fast learner, you wouldn't want that. You already got somebody that knows that playbook. Now he's got to smarten up. That is one of the bigger problems that teams has now. And now the Colts are going through it because they lost Anthony Richardson for about a little over a month. And instead of going to Gardner Minshew, they are up here getting 4 quarterbacks to work out for the team. To whereas,
So,
well, hey, he's right up there. He knows the playbook. He knows pretty much everything now. Why you ain't putting him in the starting lineup until Anthony Richardson get healthy? Now, let's just say, for instance, it'd been a different story if Gardner Minshew was the only quarterback in that quarterbacking roster. Whole different story. But they need to go to him. He's done good. Why not? He may not be full time ready, but he knows the playbook.
they do. And I mean, for them to even try to go and think about somebody else is absolutely absurd and ridiculous because now you have years worth of trying to consistently get a quarterback, but it has been inconsistent
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Right.
When you think about after Andrew Luck being, you had Philip Rivers and who else was there?
Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan.
Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan. I mean, and these are all veteran quarterbacks. They're all veteran quarterbacks. And now you got Anthony Richardson. And now that he's out, Now you got Gardner Minshew, another veteran quarterback. So why is it that I always ask this question is that why is it that there's not enough consistency in the quarterbacking position to be able to learn the playbook and get
Right.
a quarterback to the Super Bowl or to the playoffs or whatever your goals are for that season? And I will never get that to go through Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, and then black dude, what is his name? Jacoby Brissett. I mean, why?
It's
It,
one of the best out of the
yeah,
other veterans.
yeah. Jacoby Brissett just this past week. Remind me who he played for. I thought he played
I don't
for
know.
the Commanders.
Do he play for the
Who he play
Commanders?
for?
I have no
No,
clue.
he don't play for the Commanders. I don't even see him on the roster.
He used to play for the Browns. Do he still? Is he a backup?
Didn't think about that. I knew it was somebody at similar colors.
It is the Commanders. There, you right.
I don't see him on this roster. He
I
didn't
think he's a
play.
backup.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think he's a backup.
They started Sam Howell over Jacoby Brissett. Are you serious?
Just talk about some things I wish would stop happening.
Oh gosh. Oh man. I'm like, look, I gave Sam Howell his props during the I gave him his props during the scouting combine. But
Yeah,
I didn't think that was enough just to slide him into the starting lineup over Jacoby Brissett.
I mean Jacoby Brissett is good. People just don't know how to utilize him.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. That just hurt my feelings. I think I'm done with this. You got anything else you want to add to that?
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
Right. We good then.
All right, so we're going to end this one. Appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to our podcast and at some point watch our podcast. Of course, you can listen to this podcast on Anchor. Watch our content. So I'm my difficulties, if y'all ain't noticed already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having it real bad right now. But,
we'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, of course, we have the gaming content. You can check that out on YouTube also. Got some good stuff out. But until then, thanks for listening and watching. I'm Duro. There's right across from me.
Yep.
All right, catch us next week.